This is Joy Roland, and you are listening to the Empowered Wealthy Women podcast. This is episode number 39. We know the difference between success, happiness, and being a good person. Welcome to Empowered Wealthy Women, a podcast for ambitious women who want to build wealth. You'll learn how to finally fix your relationship with money, increase your net worth, and make more money. Ladies, it's time to create a life of abundance, wealth, empowerment, and joy. Ready? Let's go! Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode number 39 of the Empowered Wealthy Women podcast. First of all, I want to say thank you. The past couple of days, if I've seen that a few people have left me reviews on Apple Podcasts, 5-star reviews, and I want to say thank you. So far we have 43 5-star reviews, and I am so excited. Like, who could have thought that I started this podcast just November last year? So, thank you for all of your encouragement. Thank you for all of your kind words. It means a lot to me that you spend time listening to this podcast. And like I've said in previous episodes, recording this podcast is one of the exciting parts of my business. So, as you know, if you run your own business, there are some admin work, back end work that needs to be done. I do all of them myself, but recording my podcast, going on social media, and creating content, those are the things in my podcast I absolutely love. So, thank you for being here. Okay, so before we dive into today's topic, I want to go off script for a little bit. Um, and the reason I want to go off script is because I coached some women today and I was a speaker at an event. And the questions that were asked, like, it just took me back to the days when I started my business. And I wanted to share some of the thoughts I shared in that conference. It was a conference with the National Women's Collaborative. And um, many people, many women who are trying to build businesses struggle to sell their offer. As you already know, to make a business successful, sales is one of the key activities. I would go as far to say that sales is the lifeblood of your business. Now, many women feel like sales is very sleazy, they feel icky, they always shy away from selling their offer. And I want to offer you that the reason you struggle to sell your offer is because you don't think your offer is valuable enough. Let me explain. So, imagine if you were selling a brand new Tesla for $10. How would you sell that offer, right? Let's say you have let's say 100,000 brand new Tesla cars, and you want to sell them for $10 each. How would you show up to sell the brand new Tesla for $10? Incredible, right? You will be so confident to sell it that if someone on the street told you no, they weren't interested, you will scream and you'll be like, are you out of your mind? This is a brand new Tesla I'm offering for you to exchange just $10 to get a brand new Tesla, right? So this is what I want you to think about when you create your offer, your signature offer, what you want to sell to the world. Your offer has to be incredibly irresistible. That's the best way for you to sell your offer and not feel sleazy or icky. Okay? So, the reason you're struggling to sell is because you do not think your offer is valuable enough. That's why you don't have the confidence to sell it. Another example I'll give you is imagine if you had the cure for cancer, right? Like you 100% know you have the cure for cancer and you're offering it for $5, for example. How would you sell the cure for cancer, right? So I want you to think about this, and maybe it's time for you to go back and rejig your offer. Maybe your offer isn't irresistible enough, and you're not serving people with your offer. So go back and rejig your offer and make sure that your offer is irresistible. Another reason why you aren't making progress in your business is because you don't have the accountability to follow through. You know what you're doing to move your business forward, but you are most times hesitant, or maybe you procrastinate, and then you keep um, doing things in your business that aren't money producing. Okay, so accountability is the one thing I think many people struggle with, and that's why my offer is very unique, because I help women to I help be your accountability partner, right? In your business, as you build your business, you need someone, a coach who has done exactly what you're trying to do, who can hold your hand and keep you accountable so you do those things that will make you multiple six figures and even seven figures. And I think that's what's lacking with most business coaches. Like you hire a business coach and then you come into a group program and it's just a weekly Zoom call, and then someone comes on to be coached. Like you have to raise your virtual hand, and if you're lucky you are called on to be coached. Now the reason why that doesn't have as much impact is because nobody's personally looking into your business. The coach isn't invested in making sure that you are doing the right things in your business to create success. And that's why I personally believe in one to one coaching. Okay. Now, another reason why you are struggling to sell your offer is because you truly don't believe it will make you rich, right? If you knew that your offer will very soon make you $1 million per year, like if you knew that for sure, how would you show up differently in your business? Like you will show up completely differently if you knew that what the offer you currently have will make you $1 million per year very soon. And when you struggle to show up in your business and maybe you are relaxed, for example, maybe your mortgage is almost paid off, you're not pressed for money, I want you to think about the sacrifices our foremothers had to sacrifice for us to be where we are today. They fought so hard for us to have all of the opportunities we have today as women. So we owe it to them to show up so strongly so that we leave a legacy for those coming behind us. So if you're struggling with motivation, I want you to have this at the back of your mind that the women that came before you have sacrificed so much for you to be where you are today. So that's a little bit of a rant from me. I just feel like someone needed to hear this today, because we all have the potential to make incredible successes in our businesses. But many times we are laid back and there is no motivation because we're comfortable, right? We live in nice houses, we have nice cars. So then nothing is motivating you to just create magic in life. So I hope that helped you. Okay. So we've been going through a series. So I call this the 12 things wealthy women know. And we've gone through the first one, which is we know we have to teach ourselves what's possible. So I'm going to run through all 12. If you haven't listened to the past couple of episodes, I encourage you to go back just so you have a good background of what we're talking about today. So here are the 12 things that incredibly wealthy women now. Number one, we know we have to teach ourselves what's possible. Two, we know the difference between success, happiness, and being a good person. Three, we know that creating value is what creates money, and we know how to create value. We know, number four, we know that extraordinary success includes lots and lots of money. We know that life is 50-50. That's number five. Number six, we know failure is the price of success. Seven, we know we don't get the how until we get there. Eight, we know it's not better there than here. Nine, we know we are already 100% worthy. 10, we know it's hard and we can do hard things. 11. We prioritize self care because we know it's very important. 12. We know we deserve love and we are empowered to only be in loving relationships. Abuse isn't tolerated. So we're in step 2, which is we know the difference between success, happiness, and being a good person. So I I like this point number 2 because many times the women I speak to, and myself included, before I started doing all of this thought work, we kind of correlated success and happiness and being a good person. Because of how we've been socialized by our parents and by society, many people have the limiting beliefs around, oh, wealthy people are greedy, wealthy people are not good people. In fact, wealthy people are bad people. That's what some people think. And some people say, oh, money is not everything. What matters is love. What matters is relationships. So, for you to be an empowered, wealthy woman, you have to know the difference between success, happiness, and being a good person. Number one, success. You have to define success for yourself. And like I said in the previous episode on this podcast, we define success in terms of wealth, like money. I'm very sure that you can create success in other areas of your life, in your marriage, your relationships, your how you parent your children. All of those things can be defined as success. But for the purpose of this podcast, we've chosen to define success in terms of monetary value. So, you as an individual, you have to pick your monetary value, what you define as success for yourself. If you've listened to me for any amount of time on this podcast, you know my next goal is to create $1 million in my business. So, when I worked as an IT consultant, my best year, I made $380,000, and I'm very proud of that. But I have chosen to step up and up level. I want to get to the $1 million mark in income. Now, that's my definition of success for the next 12 months, right? When I hit my $1 million goal, I'm going to raise it again because that's what I want to do. Now, that's completely different from happiness. Like, there is no relationship between being wealthy and being happy. Why? Because we know for a fact that there are extremely wealthy people who are not happy, and there are people of very modest means that are extremely happy. So, what does that prove? Well, it proves that money has got nothing to do with happiness. Well, you might ask the question, okay, what is happiness? How do I become happy? Happiness is a choice. Happiness is a feeling you create as a result of the thoughts you choose to think. So, if you choose thoughts that create a feeling of happiness, you will be happy regardless of what the balance on in your bank account says. So happiness is a choice, and happiness is available to you now regardless of your net worth. So you get to choose to be happy. Now some people might ask, well, if I can choose to be happy right now, then what's the point of having a money goal? Well, let me give you an answer. The best way I have found to create massive wealth is to come from a place of happiness. Now, when you attain that place of happiness, because we are humans and our innate nature is to evolve, when you are in that state of happiness, you'll seek to evolve. And the way we evolve is by setting goals. Okay? So this is what I found for myself. I have decided to choose thoughts that make me happy. I have chosen to be happy because happiness is available to me right now. Now, from that state of happiness and contentment, I strive for more. And that's how I'm able to set my $1 million goal. So, for example, I live in a very beautiful home. My mortgage is almost paid off. I have good money in my bank account, just sitting in my checking account, apart from the monies I have in the stock market, in real estate, right? So some extent, I don't want for money. So I am content, I am happy. I have a good life. I have a healthy child. So from that state of happiness, I want more. I want to evolve. I want to access my human ingenuity. I want to contribute to society. I want to be evidence of what's possible for the next woman coming behind me. Okay, so that's how I'm able to set this money goal, and still be happy and be a good person. Okay, so I want to challenge you to think about this and even journal about this, because until you're very clear that there is no conflict of interest between success and happiness and being a good person, you're going to stay stuck. And the reason you're going to stay stuck is because your brain is going to be in dissonance. It's called cognitive dissonance, which is if you're trying to attain a goal and deep inside your mindset is against that goal. So if you believe uh, um, wealthy women don't have successful marriages, if that's your deep belief, then you are gonna resist the desire to be wealthy, because your brain is going to be in dissonance. Your brain is going to be, oh, why do you want to create $1 million if deep down you believe that wealthy women have bad marriages and you want to have a good marriage? Okay, so that's what I mean by cognitive dissonance. In order to create wealth, you have to make sure that your subconscious beliefs supports your goal to create massive wealth. Okay, so I hope you have something to think about for the next couple of days. As always, I'm always available for you to send me a DM or send me an email. It's joy@joyroland.com. I'll be so happy to hear your thoughts. I'll be so happy to hear how you're going to apply this to your business. Because ultimately, I want 2024 to be the year we celebrate your success. Okay, my friend? I hope you have a fantastic Thursday and have a fantastic weekend if I don't speak to you. And can I just ask a very huge favor? Can you please leave me a review if you haven't done so already? And can you also share this podcast with a friend who you think can actually use the value I share on this podcast? This will help my podcast grow, and I will be forever grateful for your help. Thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next episode. Hey, very quickly before you go, if you are ready to finally fix your relationship with money, increase your net worth, and make more money, then I invite you to my one-on-one private coaching program. This is where you learn how to take control of your money and build wealth. To get started, book a free intro call with me. The link is in the show notes. I'll see you there. Bye-bye.